What's up, YouTube? You're probably wondering what on earth is going on. Why is Kaireem sat here? Where is the podcast episode? Let's get on with it. So, me and Jordan are taking a little bit of a pause. So, a little hiatus. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that right? Yeah. A little hiatus, yeah, on this podcast currently at the moment. Me and Jordan, our lives have doubled up. I got a YouTube channel on my own that's growing, and the opportunities on there and how things are picking up for me are just overwhelming at the moment. Jordan's got great opportunities, photography, filming wise. The doors are opening wide for him, which is amazing. Life at the moment for us two are just picking up. Things are getting a bit busier. Even though we loved and actually we wanted to do this podcast idea, which is great, it's just, with everything else going on, it's just becoming a bit too much. So we actually sat down and spoke together and had a joint agreement to be like, do you know what? It might be best that we just put it on pause just so we can get our scheduling right and then come back to you better performed. And then once we schedule things, once we tick things, once everything's kind of organized in the way we need it to be, we'll come back on this podcast. But please enjoy this episode, subscribe, and hit that notification button. We will be back, people. Peace. Oh my god, man, that's trash. Trash. Chuck that in the bin. Do you know how a lot of people...
Bro, are you crazy? All those movies after the 6 is trash.
We are back, people. Boys will be boys. Another podcast, another episode. It's your boy Kaireem, and we're here with Jordan as well. This is the episode of movies and TV shows. Basically, seeing or discussing about how TV shows are now becoming movies, or how movies are becoming TV shows, how live action is becoming more of a reality today. But before I start rambling,
before we even get into the episode,
Jordan, quote of the day.
Damn, another quote of the day. So this is a nice one because it's a bit of a pumped episode.
Yeah.
So work on the weekends until every day becomes a weekend.
Oh, facts, man. I would love to that's my main
That'd be
purpose.
minimal, eh?
Yeah, that's my main purpose. Literally, just be self-employed. Be like your own boss. Do you know how much I hate I have to cater
Working
my
with
life.
customers.
I got a new job, bro. I switched up in it.
Yeah.
I work from home now. If you've seen our retail rant, go check it out. I'm so glad I work from home. No more people, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I still deal with customers, but
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. What's your thoughts on that?
Keep working, keep grinding, keep motivated, and try and whatever you're doing Monday to Friday. If you got a side piece going on with work, business, or trying to be a better person, keep on working on a weekend, and hopefully you'll get to some sort of success where you can do that every single day.
Yeah, that is actually, you said it, you nailed it on the head. That's perfect.
Thank you.
People definitely have a side hustle on top of you doing your main job or whatever makes your standard sort of income.
That's what I'm doing.
Definitely do that, because I feel like you need something else in you, unless your passion is what you're doing. You need something else in you, because when things start rolling and when that side job starts picking up, ditch the main job, your side job becomes your reality, basically.
The idea is that is going around at the moment, and a lot of people who are now in that successful position giving that feedback down, is a case of when you then come to Sunday, look forward to the Monday.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, Monday, I got to go to work, think like, it's Monday, I get to go to work, I get to do what I'm doing. Just keep going, you'll get there one day, and hopefully it might be a reality for me, hopefully this time next year.
Hopefully that's not
Fingers
a workout.
crossed.
It's going to happen.
But yeah, on to the episode.
All right, people, on to the episode. We are here back again with the two legends. If you haven't known, you should already know. Max and Rob. So introduce yourself, or just say
you thought you'd never see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad I'm alive. It's me. I'm Rob.
So if you checked out the last episode, we talked about future gaming, and they are back again to talk about movies and video games and all the rest of it. We'll let Rob have his moment of being his creative self.
So this, as I said, we're gonna expand on to how live action is becoming more of a thing. TV shows are now becoming movies, and movies are becoming TV shows. And whoever can't even say the words out of my mouth. Whoever else to get, then Max and Rob, based upon the gaming sort of topics we talked about last time. I feel like the insight would be perfect to get into. So what we'll start on is live action. And what I really want to talk about is, get the discussion going. Nice. It's Netflix. How now is making live action things happening. What's both your thoughts on that?
Bro, they're addicted to live action. But, like, they can't get off of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They want to turn everything to live action. Just go outside, damn.
I love how it's like literally.
Right,
Like, guys, like,
Outstanding.
But like, I'm serious, dog. They want to
Yeah.
turn everything into like. It started like with like feels like it started like Death Note, One
Yeah.
Piece.
Oh, Death
Avatar.
Note was terrible.
Yeah.
Apparently, Death Note.
Sucked. It was
I've
so
never
bad.
watched it, but apparently it was trash.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
And the anime is quite high up. Like the anime.
The anime is high up
until
until like a certain bit, but it's it's generally well received.
Fair.
So like, bro, like what is with Netflix trying to turn everything?
I don't know,
into-
man.
you got some
like-
hate against Netflix, though, have you?
It's not so much hate. It's just if they made good shit.
I feel like they hit a good market. I actually feel like I feel like there's other companies doing other things. I was talking about this not too long ago, and I can't remember what I said now because I was talking to her about my younger brother about the subject, but I can't remember. Anyway, they've hit a market. Like they've now jumped on a really good market to be like, oh, let's make what these people grew up with into like live
I mean,
action.
yeah, you
Big
definitely
time.
can't deny like it is a market.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And like obviously they made the One Piece one. The One Piece
Yeah.
one was good.
Yeah,
You
no,
watch them, you
I
can-
actually really enjoyed
like,
the One
talk
Piece.
about that one. Like vouch for them on that one because
Yeah, no,
I didn't watch it.
Do you know? No,
I didn't
will
watch
vouch
it.
for it. Again, like, I'm recently new to my anime. Started on Demon Slayer and then just decided it's gonna be One Piece or Naruto. Choose one. Now I'm 605 episodes into One Piece.
Sort of like
so
halfway, yeah.
yeah, well, just over, man, just over. But watching the anime and watching the live action, they actually did really well. They focus on the casting. They've definitely realised if they fuck up, it's going to be terrible. It's going to absolutely mess up the
Because it's the
community.
big three, like the big three.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if they did a Naruto one, like
Mm.
you would have to take time on that. That's not something you
Yeah.
can
I think
just slap
casting is
out.
so critical.
Oh mate, big time.
Well,
big
what?
time.
Say that again?
Casting is
Casting,
really
man.
critical.
Oh, that's it.
For
Fair,
sure,
fair,
yeah,
fair.
because
Yeah.
it makes the characters as well. And yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be people out there who didn't like it. That's
Yeah.
completely fair. Everyone's going to have their own opinion, but I thought for a live action for Netflix, they did all right.
Yeah, I saw a lot of good like reviews on it. A lot of good like people saying they really enjoyed it. I didn't see
yeah.
a bad thing about it. And I haven't watched One Piece. So for the people that have watched One Piece, the reason why I haven't watched it, bro, is so long.
Oh yeah,
Is if I do it, I'll probably end like if I watch it now, I'll probably be 50 years old by the time it like gets to the latest episode. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that.
I'm leaving it for Max. Like, I'm letting Max be the one.
Yeah.
I'm bad enough. I'm Dragon Ball, so like,
yeah.
I'm already bad enough. I'm letting him have that one.
let
so,
a man
like,
be a guinea pig. Yeah, that's cool.
do what must be done.
But yeah, honestly, mate, loved it. Actually.
Yeah, no one said anything bad about it, which is amazing to be fair. What do you think? Because obviously you've mentioned like some animes. Is you said it, Rob? Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh, bro.
I've watched that TV show. I'm through and through out.
Yeah.
Love the cartoon, but if you've watched the cartoon,
I've watched the cartoon. Yeah, I've watched the Last Airbender.
yeah,
Good shit.
yeah. What do you think of the live action?
I actually didn't watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched
tried
it
to,
either, man.
I tried to save myself the potential pain. Whenever I usually hear Netflix live action, after like a few of them, I'm just like, I'm just gonna stand back from afar and watch the fireworks and see
Fair.
what happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
so. Then I just wait to hear and see if there's good things about it, and if like I heard the One Piece was good, I was like, sick. I'm happy for them.
Yeah,
Like,
have both of you watched it at all?
No,
I haven't watched it. I've had mates who have watched it, and they said it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
But again,
yeah.
completely agree with Rob. If they're going to ruin it, or you're scared, it's not worth it, man. It's not, because it. What's hard as well, anyone who really enjoys Avatar Last Airbender, that's the newest content that they're bringing out. If that newer content sucks, let's be honest, that's probably going to slap everything else in the face that they were ever thinking of. So that's their shot. You mess it up, that's probably going to be the end to new content.
Do you reckon,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you reckon
Think they're
creating
giving it a
like do you reckon creating live action is like a massive risk to like the whole like
oh, yeah.
broad
one
scale of the
big
production?
time, mate.
Or do you reckon like if the live action comes out like, oh, that's a live action, but like the rest of it's good?
Nah, because what they're doing, bro, is like I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Is it like critical
It's-
for like the whole production of that one thing? Would you say?
Yeah, it basically is the nostalgia of it. So this is my thoughts on it, but I'd love to get your jumping on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like the Marvel and like the DC. People like
Okay.
obviously older than us, or people maybe yourselves. I didn't grow up too much on the comic books. Grew up on that, and now that sort of fantasy of obviously having that fictional reality, if it was real, becomes real. So
Yeah.
like how the movies, like how the companies have done really well to obviously make that reality. It's like, oh my god, this was perfect. And if you did it terrible, aka like the first Sonic the Hedgehog when it came out as a demo, If you didn't tell, the fans are gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you. So they did that perfect. So whoever makes live action, you have to get it on point. If you don't, just don't do it. Just drop it, leave it, let the cartoon carry on.
Obviously, I know there was I can't remember if there was a Avatar before the Netflix one. Wasn't there like another Avatar movie?
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
That's the one.
That's trash.
That's where then when I heard, we're doing more live action Avatar, I was like, no. You already did it once. It may not have been you, but it happened.
But that's my whole point. Like, people have tried it, so they're either going to try something else new, and because of what the last thing they did was completely shocking, community's just going to be like, no, I'm binning that. I'm going to stick with what was actually good. Or you have the route where they release something, it's terrible, and it completely crashes every other idea that you're going to have.
Like, shit, I'm trying to remember, wasn't there a live action Cowboy Bebop as well?
My younger brother mentioned that to me. I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it either, but I'm like an avid Cowboy Bebop fan. So like I fucking live and breathe Cowboy Bebop. And when I heard there was live action, I was like, don't hurt me. Like, don't just. And like I've not looked into it. As far as I'm aware, the only thing I know that they have from the like OG is the OG theme.
Fair.
And like, don't get me wrong, that's a fucking slap of a theme, but I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah.
Let me just let Cowboy Bebop be good.
So I've watched it all. So what I've done is Netflix dropped Avatar: Last Airbender cartoon before they dropped the live action. I think it was kind of like I don't know if this was their plan, but I don't know if they were like planting the seed, getting people to watch that, bring their attraction, then go, all right, let's drop the live action.
Oh, for sure. If they brought that out first, bro, that was a plan.
I'm pretty sure they did that, if I can remember. So I rewatched it, and bro, it's nostalgia, man. I love that. That, for me, just from my perspective, is the best cartoon to ever exist, or is in the top best 3 ever to exist.
Okay.
The reason why I like it so much is each individual character has their growth. They have character development, and then you got each section of obviously a storyline of the main character describing about like the element of water and the stuff they go through and the people they meet. Then the earth background and like all the kingdoms about that. Then the fire background, because obviously the fire kingdom and the history of the fire king. Bro, it's lit. It's heavy, dude. The whole thing's fire, man.
It's a cartoon for adults.
Facts. It grew up, bro. It's like fine wine. It's like alcohol when you put it away after when you drink it. Like when you leave it in that, like some whiskeys when you leave it for ages. Bro, it's sick.
Really good script writing.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely.
So when I saw the live action, it was 50-50 for me. Some people really loved it, and there's a lot of people that actually said it was great. The reviews were really great on it. I don't think that it did a lot better than a movie. Everyone could say it was way better than a movie.
Well, that's something.
But it was some people obviously were a bit picky, and I think I'm like some people, very 50-50. I'm like, there's parts of it that could have been better, parts of it that couldn't. No, couldn't have been better, could have been better. For me, it was they mixed too much of season 1 and season 2 together. So there's 3 books in total. They put in parts of book 2 into book 1.
I'm with you. So they're messing with the timeline.
Yeah. They start adding it into the live action. I was like, that's weird. I don't really like that. And then they kind of like, I watched a lot of like not interviews, like updates about it before it came out, and they took out a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of sexism in it. But it's really good in a cartoon. So obviously they downplay like women using water bending for like fighting against the war. Only men do that. But then the main character, like Katara in the cartoon, proves that women can do what men can do. And then she becomes like very renowned and they all respect her. They took that away, and they were like, we couldn't do that in this day and age. Like we can't obviously show that sexism, then obviously not have it in the live action.
That's fair, yeah.
So that part's like irritated me a little bit.
No, I get that.
Some parts of like the character Sokka irritate me a little bit. It was just like they were blending too much in. They took away the narrative. They took away the main narrative of why the main character Aang needs to defeat the Fire Lord. They changed the whole point of like his purpose wasn't like to learn all the elements to actually defeat him, because obviously he's the ruler. It's kind of like, I should just do it just to do it. There was some narratives I was like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, that's the whole point of why he's here. He's the avatar. That irritated me. But the parts I loved about it was they used exact lines from the cartoon in the actual show, and they had they picked the actors very well, like very, very well, and I loved it. I loved that part of it. But yeah, that was nostalgia for me, like hearing the same lines. I'm like,
I was gonna say, because like sometimes there are shows that will literally do that just to keep people who are original fans. Like they'll be like, I know that bit's important, so as long as we put that in, I think Star Wars tries to do it a lot as well, and I can say that because it hurts to be a Star Wars fan. But like they do a lot of stuff where like book nerds will know it, or people that have seen the prequels, they'll be like, oh shit, I remember that. Oh, this is a good show.
Yeah.
But they fucking hide it with so much shit around it.
Yeah.
But then you see that one bit, and you go, oh shit, and you suddenly your opinion changes on it. So like, I see where you're coming from. On like, oh yeah, they did this, they did that, it was sick, and it was sick. But also sometimes like, bro, they can hide so much shit around just that one good moment. You'd be like, fuck yeah, wait. And like when it takes like 17 rewatches to be like,
Yeah, because basically, saying about that,
Yeah.
the main premise in book 1 is Aang, the main lead character, needs to learn waterbending. The whole point of his purpose is he needs to learn all 4 elements to obviously defeat the Fire Lord. And what is it? They made it in a live action, that he was going over to the water nation because he's pictured or like saw a concept of like the worm. No, he spoke to a previous avatar, and they told him that there was going to be a war that was going to happen over the North Nation of the Water Kingdom.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, I need to go over there to stop that war. But that's not the reason why he went there.
I'm with
The
you.
cartoon states that obviously the reason why he goes there, because obviously Katara's like, you can find a water master. You need to learn water bending. So it's like that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Like, it's those key parts. I was like, don't
Yeah,
ruin it,
it's,
man.
It's
I'm
the
like,
fact that it's a key part. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a tiny little scene that they've changed, and you remember it, but it's not got a mad impact on the actual storyline, it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, what's going to piss fans off is if you change the aspects of why characters are doing certain things.
Like
Yeah,
Big
motives.
time. Big
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Making it more
exactly, man.
complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's so. But overall, I loved it. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it because it's nostalgia, bro. When
Yeah,
you're watching that,
I'll have
oh
to
my
give that a
god,
watch,
they're
I
like,
think, man.
ugh.
Yeah.
It's sick, bro. It's sick.
And also, I just want to say now, like what you like don't take what we say as like truth. Like if you like it, fucking
Yeah.
great, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
But,
you haven't
like-
watched this podcast, remember this is just opinion only.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
opinion only.
You've
Chuck
got
into
four. You've
judgment,
got 4
but-
different people here. Like, not everyone's going to have the same opinion on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's going to be different brackets to whatever's being
But
released.
give us your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, man.
Tell us your thoughts.
Big time.
What we want to go into is movies now. I know we kind of touched on it a bit, but like how games are there like a lot of games now becoming movies? And if you do
There's
know,
been a bit of vice versa, like Uncharted. Oh no, Uncharted. Sorry, that was one.
Yeah, the Tom Holland
Um,
one that came out.
Tomb
yeah.
Raider.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Someone's
like,
got to say it. FNAF. Like there was a Five Nights at Freddy's
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's recent.
Don't hate me
okay.
because I know you hate me.
Was
Me and
it
my
actually
mate
good?
went and watched it. I actually fucking enjoyed it.
Sick.
It
Like,
was
I
it was
did-
so funny, man.
I was fucking working, so I didn't get a chance. But like, damn, hey, I'm glad it was good.
Yeah, like, but I quite enjoy that, again, nostalgia side of it, but also because especially old games like back in PS2 days, I know we were chatting earlier about the whole Star Wars side of it and Transformers as well. You know,
Oh,
there's-
mate, they ruined that franchise, man. Shut up. That franchise was Michael Bay wasn't a great like person doing the movies, but he did well with this.
He did well
CGI.
for what he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it CGI? Is that the word
Yeah.
I'm looking
yeah,
for?
it's
Yeah.
the same as Pirates of the Caribbean,
Great.
man. First 3 and then done.
Yeah.
Well,
After
visual
that,
effects,
Yeah.
yeah.
bro, have you seen a new one? Have you seen a new trailer for it? It's like
Trailer for-
before they became Transformers. So
Oh,
there's
no.
a cartoon
Oh,
Transformers.
I saw
okay.
How bad the
I saw
CGI?
King Kong
How
in
bad
it.
the
I
thought
put
you
it
were
to
about
one
pirates
side,
for
bro. Fuck
how
that.
bad the CGI was? I thought it was a video game trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
That I watched it, I was like, "There's no way this is that." And then I
Yeah.
actually saw like actual people in this trailer. I was like, "No
Yeah.
shot is this anymore."
Yeah.
They
Ain't
ruined
no way,
it.
No, because that's the Beast one. There's a one with Chris Hemsworth who's doing it.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a cartoon one. So it's
Oh.
before Prime became
Oh.
Prime.
Okay.
I think I've seen
Megatron
trailers
became
for it, but
long.
like,
Oh, I haven't seen that.
it seems like so lighthearted.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
saw-
Like,
I saw-
that's
I
not
saw-
my war for Cybertron. Like,
I saw the live action one, and yeah, like I said, I saw King Kong in the trailer, and I put it to one side. Mate. I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it.
It does happen.
but-
Karen, what are you gonna say?
So I've got a few films that I've gone into games.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
into
cool.
films.
Yeah.
Get your rough. Just pick one.
let's just do like hit or miss. Like, will they good or will they shit?
Yeah.
So Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I don't.
Next.
That's how bad it was.
obviously shit. We missed
I
it.
remember that one, but it wasn't great. But carry on.
I enjoyed that. If that's what I think it was, unless I'm thinking of the game.
Oh, what?
They remade the game of it.
Well, are
So-
these
No,
the
no.
movies or the games?
So a bit of both.
Yeah, right. You
So-
go. You go.
So Pixels, which is Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that
I
was
remember
lit.
one. I
Okay.
remember
Yeah,
that
That
one,
was the
yeah.
one with
Got time
Adam
for that.
Sandler,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was sick.
That
That was
was
great.
Uncharted.
Yeah,
That was the Tom Holland
I actually
one.
really like that one.
I
Yeah.
actually haven't watched the film, but I've seen like.
I
trailers.
really enjoyed it.
Okay,
It was
Sam?
good. Need for Speed.
Didn't see that
Oh,
one.
watched it.
It was
Jesus,
alright.
bro.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shit ending.
Yeah.
But, Gran Turismo.
I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
yeah, I remember.
which one is it? Is it?
Gran Turismo. It's like it's come out within the last like 8 months.
No.
The movie.
No, mate.
Really?
No, I haven't
They've
heard
made a
nothing.
movie about it.
I haven't heard
But
nothing
like-
about that.
What?
No, honestly, mate, I've heard nothing.
8
Yeah,
months.
have you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You know the sheriff, the cop. Yeah, he's the main leader.
seen it.
Oh
trailer.
my god,
I've
I've
seen
seen the
the
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah,
I've seen the
I
trailer
have.
for it. Nah, facts.
you said, mate, you said Hopper, and I was like,
Facts.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
Hopper. Yeah. So he's
Nah, you're
he's
right,
the
you're
he's
right.
the manager of like the guy who
Yeah,
becomes
you're
a
right.
racer.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
Um,
You mean to say the same, bro?
Hitman.
If I remember rightly, Hitman. Was
Hitman's
alright,
actually
wasn't
alright.
There were 2 films. First one was sick.
it? Yeah.
Second one, not. I
Yeah.
can't even really remember the second one.
I
But the
don't
first
remember
one, loved that.
I don't
Definitely
remember there
aged
being
well.
a second Hitman movie.
I'm
No,
intrigued.
remember the first one was sick.
yeah, there are 2.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, there are two.
Sorry,
yeah.
carry on.
I don't think it aged
I'm
well.
intrigued to hear what you think of this one. Right,
Go on. What you got for me?
Assassin's Creed.
I
So-
enjoyed it.
I didn't.
What?
I-
I can't actually.
I remember
the
watching
premise of
it, but that's the thing. If I remember watching it, but it's not standing out for me, so I probably didn't enjoy it.
I am
So
gonna
the guy,
though,
so the
like,
guy
if it's
who
not-
plays the main
Magneto,
character is the guy who plays Magneto in X Men.
Yeah. No. I've seen it definitely
I can't remember
because
the
his
premise of
character's
the,
got the whole like he's got like maroon colored cape and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I've seen it, but again, it's not standing out for me.
It is
Damn.
interesting you bring that up though because I've recently been replaying the Assassin's Creed games.
Mm.
I've been going from 1 to Black Flag. I'm currently on 2 right now.
The best
Goddamn-
one.
Yeah,
just
I,
to say.
I was a Brotherhood guy. I played
was it?
more Brotherhood,
Oh,
but
okay,
fucking
fair.
2 is still great.
Not one.
God
mate.
damn, Assassin's Creed 1 is a slog.
Oh,
Oh,
it takes
really?
it takes ages, but not mate.
No,
when,
it's
you're, when you're introduced to the Templars, man.
Oh, yeah,
when you
it's
can
sick.
first jump off those buildings into the
Yeah.
hay bales, I don't care.
It's still
I
sick.
don't. Yeah.
But knowing that I was going to go into like Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and play
Yeah.
Revelations for the first time, I'm sorry, it's like I know I'm uncultured, but like I'm actually looking forward because some of the Assassins, like I played 1, 2, Brotherhood, went dark for like 800 years, and then came back on Black Flag.
Nice.
And I was like, well, this is just the greatest Assassin's Creed of all time. So
Yeah.
now I'm
You enjoyed that?
oh, bro.
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's still got like content coming out where people are doing the shanties on the. What is it?
I think I might have
the
been
ships.
swayed when they just gave me a giant brown coat, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is just the
Really?
best.
Yeah,
oh,
that's it.
yeah.
So so my argument of it was I loved the fact that when I got to number 2, someone told me it's based on like true stories. Like,
Yeah,
all
no,
the sort
and,
of,
like,
Templar
okay.
stuff, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
assassin is actually something that happened in real life. Like
Yeah.
this games are like based on that. I was like, what? And then when I feel like I played 1 again, or I must have had to play 1. Then I played 3, and 3 left off as a cliffhanger. If I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure 3 went into Revelations. didn't it?
Literally a cliffhanger.
No, Revelations was the end of the Ezio trilogy.
What?
They went
Trying to
literally
get jump
went
off
to
cliffs.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Dad
That
jokes,
was shitty
nice.
fun, sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, because like the whole reason I'm replaying is to remember the story again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like as a game, I fucking loved Black Flag. It was
Yeah.
just a great game.
I really
But I
the
don't
reason
fucking
why.
remember the story.
Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The only reason why I disliked it because it didn't link to all of it. So after 4, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Every single game that came out of Assassin's Creed didn't link to the main.
Isn't
3.
it like different ancestors of the same like?
It's
So,
some-
no, so that's
yeah.
what number 3 was. So 1, 2, and 3 was like that. It was
the
based
same
on like
dude,
the
so
same
Desmond.
theory of like.
So
what
how
he
They
many-
did.
have
how
to
many are
find someone
there?
who is part of that family tree.
Yeah.
Who they can use to go
Yeah.
back in time to certain events. and
was
they need some
Desmond,
visit.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is
but
Desmond,
number
yeah.
4 was like based on like they had it was about individuals. So let's say all of us
Yeah.
were in like basically the science camp, and then we would obviously go into the simulation. And when we go into the simulation, we'll
It
track.
was like all of our ancestors. And
Yeah,
shit, wasn't
it'll
it?
go back into our ancestors. So I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, it's got nothing to do with the.
Yeah.
So after that, I stopped playing it.
So yeah, like,
No,
I
I get
stopped
it,
off the
I
Black
get it.
Flag as well because then like I've been seeing all the stuff about new Assassin's Creed. I'm like, all right, sick. What? Where are the
Yeah.
assassins?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we've got Vikings. We've got
Mm.
obviously the newest one being a samurai. That one
Yeah.
actually is historically accurate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was the Black Samurai. So like there's at least we're back to historical accuracy. Cool.
Yeah.
So how many is there? Sorry, how many?
God knows.
Oh,
there's,
mate.
there's,
The
there's
answer is
so
yes.
I feel like there's like 7.
Yeah, I think it's like the
More
Fast
than
and
that.
Furious.
I-
films.
yeah,
Too fast.
They're
I
just
don't
too
know.
fast.
1, 2,
I don't know.
Brotherhood,
God knows, mate.
Revelations, 3, Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate,
There's Rogue. Rogue came out.
Rogue, Valhalla, the newest one after that.
No, you've missed
There's an
Odyssey.
Egyptian one.
Yeah,
Odyssey.
you missed Odyssey.
Odyssey's
And
the first
what's the
one.
Egyptian one?
No. It's not the Egyptian one. Odyssey.
No, I thought Odyssey was the London one, or was that Syndicate?
No, Odyssey might be the Egyptian one, but there was a Spartan one. I can't remember what that was called. I feel like the Spartan one was
So it's a
obviously-
solid,
Yeah.
like, at least
basically,
10.
As
yeah,
at least
they're,
Probably,
they're double
yeah.
digits, man.
As you said, but
definitely.
the
Yeah.
Fast and
No,
Furious.
Fast
franchise.
and Furious, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
but yeah,
unavoidable.
for me, man, back to the film. Like I remember watching it. Didn't stand out to me, but you got to give it a go, and you like you're not going to know, and you're going to try and reach out to that community who really enjoy the games, but sometimes you give it a go and it's just not gone anywhere, so they've stopped.
What would you think if, like, Red Dead Redemption became a movie?
Oh mate,
Bruh.
don't do a movie, do a TV show.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
first opinion on
Yeah.
it. But I would watch the shit out of that, and they need to do an Undead Nightmare TV show. If
Fuck
they
yeah,
do it.
like
Oh.
make an Undead Nightmare spin-off.
Yeah.
Would you reckon a Red Dead Redemption film, hypothetically,
Yeah.
would do similar situations like the Hateful Eight or is it Hateful Eight? Like basically,
Yeah, I
like,
know
gen-
what you're
gen-
saying.
generic cowboy movies. Do you reckon there'll be too much similarity?
Oh,
Or,
100%.
or do you reckon it would only work as a TV series based on literally the storyline that you play?
Personally, I think TV series, because I think we actually haven't touched on this one. The Last of Us, banger,
Oh, okay.
absolute banger. Some people didn't enjoy it. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And I think because of how long certain games can take, especially Red Dead, you cover that in a film, mate. People are going to want more, okay, but then you just release a crap ton of films.
I was gonna say, and then
Take
the question
that.
is like, then do you start with one or do you start with two?
Exactly.
Because then there's the whole order of
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
Do you do the same thing?
So, yeah.
Like Red Dead 1 was obviously after Red Dead 2. Like,
Yeah.
how do you want to play it? You know, like you can also do more setup for things. If you start at Red Dead 1, you can do more bits that alluded to things that happened in Red Dead 2. And
Yeah.
That saying that, when you said that, clocked me about Witcher. The Witcher game.
Witcher.
Yeah.
Witcher
gutted
upsets me
about that.
because I feel for Henry Cavill. dude.
So do I, man.
Yeah.
Did you actually hear about what happened to him? So he was going to stay with them. It was going in a direction that he didn't want it to go in because it was going away from the actual storyline
He's like
officially.
us. He's a fucking nerd. It's
Yeah,
great.
he's an
Yeah, yeah,
absolute
yeah.
G.
He's a PC game,
Also,
isn't he?
Yeah.
something
Oh,
that's not
right.
out, Warhammer series, that's going to be fucking sick with Amazon.
Ooh,
Henry
nice.
Cavill's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But my point with Witcher was that, so the TV show was going in a direction that Henry Cavill and the community didn't want it to go in. He left to go do Superman. He's no longer Superman, went back to do Witcher, couldn't do Witcher. Fucked, mate.
Oh, really? He went back?
Yeah, he tried to go back to do Witcher, but they wouldn't have him because they've already decided where they're going to go. It's now going to be Chris Hemsworth's brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, gutted for him. But I fucking loved. the
It's not like he's like
Yeah.
shortlisted for any film, though. Let's be honest.
No,
No.
but for me, he is
should be,
Witcher.
man.
I'm not
Yeah.
good. Like I watched the new Witcher because I fucking love it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for me, he absolutely smashed it, and that's because he also loves the games. There was
Yeah.
passion.
That
to
was
what
quite
he
high rated, The
brought.
Witcher, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
mate,
it
it's
was good.
outstanding. But the
Massive.
reason why I mention is
Yeah.
what you just said. Would they start with Red Dead 1? You know what I mean? Like from The
yeah.
Witcher, they started from like book 1, if I'm correct.
No, do timeline definitely.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
it's
think
like
you
a
need to do.
timeline thing.
There's no point going back to the latest game that's gone out. Take it back to the start. Do pure nostalgia and just go for the timeline.
So yeah, talking of timeline fuckery, Star Wars exists.
Oh my god, man, that's trash. Trash. Chuck that in the bin. After was there 6? Was that?
Yeah, so obviously you had 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. 6. After that, trash. Do you know how a lot of
Really?
people? Bro, are you crazy? All those movies after the 6 is trash.
I will give you one, and it is Rogue One. That's it.
Yeah,
I will give you Rogue
yeah.
One. Don't come
Fire.
at me with that because Rogue One was
Rogue
sick.
One slapped.
Yeah, and
agree.
And then they died.
K2SO, one of the best droids. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, but
think
no,
about it.
I do agree because obviously I think all of us we grew up with the prequels, didn't we? Right.
Yes.
Yep.
So, like that was it for me. And then they've tried since. Again, it's kind of like Marvel. They obviously they did a lot of it before Marvel, but Marvel did it right. Star Wars have tried to continue it, and
I think with I think what you're going off there, like with Star Wars, personally, if someone says to me like, how many Star Wars films are there, I would initially think 6.
Yeah.
And then you got what is it, an
And
extra
then you had the-
3 on top? Like
Yeah, you got the-
so you got another 3. So then I would just think that it's like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 is like that own category.
yeah,
All the
correct.
rest of it are just there.
So you had the original
fair.
trilogy, the prequels, and the sequels.
Yeah.
We tend to forget the sequels because they suck. I mean, and this is coming from the objective Star Wars fan. I have to be because I try and write comics about Star Wars. And goddamn, like I'll take bits and pieces from the lore every now and then, but as far as I'm concerned, 7, 8, 9 don't exist.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's hard, man, because it's funny. Like deep down, I want them to exist.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want
they
them to exist
don't.
too.
Do you know what
I
mean?
want to be able to
Yeah.
borrow parts and pieces from those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only one I really gave like credit to was Force Awakens because it was the first one they tried.
Fair.
Like,
much
don't get
potential.
yeah,
respect that.
they had potential, and then
potential,
after
yeah,
that, it just went.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that-
like Fast and Furious just turned into like family rather than like.
oh my
Bro,
god,
just
yeah.
done to
Yeah.
explosion.
Honestly.
Like Fast and Furious, like it got to the point where like it was more like about family rather than racing. Star
I
Wars,
was
it
gonna
got to the
say-
point of
Oh,
like
mate.
family ancestry rather than like actually having like fucking like.
I was gonna say, remember when Fast and
Yeah,
Furious was
yeah.
about racing and cars?
yeah,
I was gonna say, remember when Fast and Furious was about racing and cars?
rather
and
than hiding behind a car while shooting a pistol.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
mate,
Like,
done.
bro, driving a safe through a city off a
Yeah.
skyscraper.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
speaking of that, have you seen the? Oh, there's like an edit of Dom in his car in Endgame, and he comes down through the ship, and you fucking, and he's saying like, "For family."
So anyone who doesn't get that reference, for anyone who doesn't get that reference, it's the overlay of
I
Captain.
did not know
It's anyone who doesn't get that.
I'm so sorry, bro.
Anyone who doesn't get that meme, it's
Oh.
it's an overlay of Captain Marvel coming in, and she's then destroying the space.
Yeah.
But someone's photoshopped Dom coming in and saying, "Oh, it's for
Yeah.
family."
It's so
mint.
banging,
It's
mate.
so mint. It's absolutely mint.
I thought we think I've actually seen it.
Put that on screen.
So good.
Put that up on screen.
Yeah, we'll put it on
Yeah.
the screen. I'll find it, and you'll see it down below.
Yeah, some people are clever, bro. Some people
Yeah.
didn't have to do memes, bro.
Bro, meme edits are some of the meme edits,
I'm
YouTube
crying, bro.
poops, some of the greatest.
I think Star Wars, like going on, reflecting back obviously with the episode title, I think Star Wars is the only people, or only company, I should say, that have made it very subtly for video games that are just like, it's just there, chill, like
Yeah.
pay for it. Like, 'cause there's loads of Star Wars, like even like Lego, even
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Lego
yeah.
Oh,
video games.
Lego's lit, bro.
It's
Anything
fa-
about Lego?
Yeah.
10-10.
Yeah.
Games, movies, 10-10.
It's funny because they've done the films, but they also know, okay, we're going to continue doing the stuff that works in the background
Yeah.
because people are going to still buy the merch, they're still going to buy
Yeah,
Lego,
yeah.
they're still going to play the games. Like, I love Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 because you can go in and you can still play as the characters that everyone loved.
Yeah.
You haven't got to worry about, the fuckery of what they've done recently. I don't know.
Like,
It's hard because they're still trying to give people something, but there's too many ways that they're
You know what?
failing.
It's when Disney took over. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When
Yeah,
Disney
man.
took over, they ruined it. And it's bringing back Palpatine. You don't need to bring it back. Anakin destroyed it. It was a great like ending.
Yeah.
And like what else was it?
it's just the way they did it. Somehow Palpatine's returned.
Even the actors don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what it actually is, though? Sorry to cut you off, has anyone watched Bad Batch at all?
Oh no, I haven't actually.
Bad Batch is actually starting to explain how they brought back Palpatine, which is pretty sick.
But you shouldn't have to watch a
No,
spin-off.
no,
like,
no,
and
you
that's
don't
all-
have to do that.
I get it.
They are trying to explain it, though, which is actually pretty cool. So it's this whole series of clones that kind of separate after the prequels. And basically, they're in a base at the moment. I haven't finished the latest season, but they're in a base at the moment, which is based on cloning. And they're trying to find, the midi-chlorian levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're obviously leading down the line as to how they brought back Palpatine, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
But it's funny because that's them trying to mend the
Yeah,
gap
yeah.
where everyone's there, like, how the fuck did he even come
Did
back?
you
Yes.
did you ever play Star Wars: The Force Unleashed?
Yes.
Oh
I-
mate, that was outstanding.
Yeah.
I did it.
That was
I
literally
know.
when I did have an Xbox 360. Mate, I played that so hard. It was mint. I actually loved it.
Loved it.
Bro. Like,
That was probably like my peak of like Star Wars gaming.
Yeah.
Correct.
give me a game that can give you a bigger power trip than playing Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
and you
bro.
just pick up 17 dudes, crush them, and just fucking cut them
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
walk
It's
onto
when you
the
press the
next
button
bit,
and like just zooms
Yeah.
out.
grabbing a
Mate, that's
fucking
mint.
Star Destroyer out the air and being like, "Nah, you're coming to me."
That and number 2 is lit.
Yeah.
Oh, they should have carried on that little franchise. But
It-
that was sick.
Like, it just goes to show, like, with the way that I'm going back to games. It's me again. But like, even the newer Star Wars games, lightsabers don't work like lightsabers. They're just shiny baseball bats.
Yeah.
Jedi Survivor, Jedi
Fallen Order,
That's
yeah,
the one.
yeah, man.
You hit someone with a lightsaber, yeah, maybe their arm flies off, but you sliced them in twain,
Yeah.
and suddenly, like, oh, they're just shiny, and oh my sternum.
Yeah,
yeah.
they've had to like put a
And, like-
protective band-aid over it all now.
And like,
I
but
dunno.
even some of the shows, like I watched Kenobi.
Oh, I love that. A lot of
I mean,
people
it was
I
good,
did
but
love
like,
it.
if you
Yeah,
watch
I need to
someone
watch
get hit
it.
with a lightsaber in Kenobi, they ain't getting cut in half. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Like, no one's
Oh,
getting Darth
really?
Maul in that
But
show.
then again, it's probably because Disney have brought it over and they've got certain
Obviously,
things
yeah,
that they
like,
can't
there
do
is
now.
like ratings and whatnot, but then don't
Yeah.
use a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then-
I'll agree with you though. I really enjoyed Kenobi. I thought it was
I
sick.
thought it
Yeah,
was
but I
sick too.
loved
Like
it.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed Kenobi. Yeah, sure, there's some plot points in it, but you know what? Sometimes I can look past it because, like we said with the whole Avatar thing,
Yeah, yeah.
bro,
yeah.
I saw Qui-Gon Jinn again.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then they gave us more backstory to like the whole Anakin situation. Oh,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Now I think about it, man, it was
Yeah.
actually fucking
I was
sick.
like,
And that fight between them at the end.
Yeah,
is-
he comes. Like
oh!
Anakin comes with Darth Vader,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful to see.
Oh,
bro.
it's that
Disney loves its
scene.
rocks.
Yes. He's just firing rocks at him.
Well,
and
have
yeah,
you
I
not
remember
noticed how
that.
many people get pelted with rocks in like Disney Star Wars?
Oh.
Brick, like, count it.
Yeah,
People get fucking mullered with rocks in
Bro, it's
like
great.
Disney Star Wars. They just go, oh, rocks, and it's like, bruh, there's other shit you can do.
There's
with
one
Yeah.
thing they did very well about Star Wars franchise. I know we're on Star Wars for quite a bit. The Star
There's
Wars
a lot
Clone
of
Wars.
it.
I really like that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
There's
No, we
a
can go
lot
and
of
talk
Star
about
Wars.
Yeah.
And I really like Star Wars Clone Wars, like the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Just remind
man.
me of that.
That's it.
What is it? I liked Ahsoka. Well,
I liked
did I like Ahsoka? I think I liked Ahsoka. I watched it. I thought it was not too bad.
So I got a question for all three of you.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I might word this really badly.
Sorry to interrupt. Rebels. That's what I was thinking of. But carry on.
Rebels was alright.
So, with the idea of video games into films, TV shows, and the other way around, do you reckon it's really important to stick with the original storylines, or do you find it as being acceptable, like we've mentioned before, about it being complex with a little bit of a twist and difference? Would you say that, personal opinion, would you say that you have to stick to the storyline of where it originated from, or have a little bit of a twist based on the different production it's being released as?
Okay, you go first.
I was
that
gonna
make
say,
sense?
I'd say unless
I get
there's
it,
like
yeah.
some glaring story issues within the original source material itself, then I'd say it's okay to make some changes. But maybe I'm just an elitist. But sometimes the story is the bit that brings you in. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to
Oh,
see the
mate.
story unfold and be like, oh shit, I know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
a twist can be nice, but like harmless ones, you know, like just some like little bits here and there, but
Yeah.
like don't change the core fundamentals of
Mm.
what you're recreating, because people want to watch it for the recreation.
Yeah, big time.
Like-
it's the whole Avatar thing you were touching on earlier.
That's why I based it on that.
Yeah, no, of course,
Would
yeah.
you want it complicated, or would you want it like simple, like you
So,
know
like-
what's coming up, or
Yeah.
do you like a different twist based on how it's been put out?
Yeah, no, of
Because
course.
like the whole deal with Avatar, that story is fucking immaculate.
Mm.
You want to see that play out in live action,
Yeah.
and suddenly changing the story for what feels like not a particularly great reason. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say not a great reason, but like changing the story from what it once was, it can sting. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, why?
I'm very picky on stuff like that. Do you want to say yours?
Yeah, no,
Like, kind
for me, I think it's, yes, you should stick to the storyline, but I think it's all about building trust with the background community or whoever you're trying to reach out to. You need to say, honestly, trust us. We will do something that's good with it. Stick to the storyline and just, build that relationship so they're wanting to see more instead of just going in, changing your shit straight away, trying to make it your own. Yeah, start off giving them what they want. Okay, it's not going to please everyone, but let's be honest, nine people out of 10 are going to want that original storyline. So start with that, build the trust, and then start to develop off that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
no,
saying,
carry on.
I've got a prime example of that, the Halo TV show.
I never watched that.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
no.
that's the
Do
thing.
you know what? Neither have I, but because, but there is a
Prime
exact reason
example.
why. Is because when they said they were making it, none of the people that have made it have played Halo.
That's what I was going to say. You touched on
And
my
not
point.
only
You
that,
touched on my point.
They've not played Halo, and
That's why I wanted to
they've
let them speak.
specifically made a point that they're proud of the fact that they are just going to make their own story.
Yeah, that's bad. That is the complete opposite as to what I feel like you should do. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're almost trying to build your new community. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not
like
actually-
the
I
backbone
have
of
seen
Yeah.
the trailer for that. I have seen the trailer for Halo, but I did question
Yeah.
why the hell they made it.
All
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
community is that he takes his helmet off.
Yeah,
Like, fucking
that's how I
instantly.
knew
about it.
And
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, mate. I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
that's how I knew about
There was
it.
not a
That
button
it.
to do it in the game, so I'm not watching it on the
See on
TV.
YouTube,
Yeah.
see skip out like fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not watching that
Big
shit.
time. But do you know what I mean? It's one of those key things about the game, about the character.
Yeah.
They've done that. It's like, well, no, if they're doing that, what else are they going to do?
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things I heard, don't quote me on this, is apparently they're treating John and Master Chief as separate people. Like, when he's in the suit, he's the Master Chief.
Oh, shut
shut
up, man. Shut up.
It's
That's
like-
why I hate.
I was like, so what's the
Yeah.
difference between when he's like when John is the Master Chief? It was like,
Yeah.
they're the same person, you
Yeah.
fucking
What if he's got
ingrate.
half the suit on?
What if he's just wearing the helmet when he showers?
Master John. Like, that's so bad.
What was you saying?
Yeah,
Kaireem?
To expand on that, man, it comes down to really, if the company's ever going to do it, what's their target audience? So, a lot of, I say a lot of, I'm trying to word it correctly. I feel like sometimes they're like, we're trying to do it for the new generation. It's not here for the people that obviously grew up with it. we're trying to target a new people. I'm trying to think of a game or like something I've watched.
Almost like the situation that we spoke about in a previous episode with the cartoon throwbacks, like because you're developing something new to try and get to a new audience.
Yeah,
It's kind of same aspect.
Yeah, it's there's something I can't think of it on the top of my head, but there's something that on my mind about like do it as that. Basically, like you're designing stuff for the new audience. No, it is Star Wars. I'm thinking of Star Wars, the new
You
new
want to stop
three.
talking about it?
The new three. I
The
see
new
what you
three
mean.
that came out,
Yeah.
their whole concept was this is not to actually expand on the 6 that were originally designed for when people grew up on it. This is for the next younger generation. Kids that don't know about Star Wars can now build a likability or something, some sort
Do you
of
reckon that's
connection
why we're
with
not
the-
as
with
fond
the
of
new
it?
tri-
And which is
I
why
do
when you
think-
look at all the original cast of the Star Wars ones, they're all fucking dead.
Yeah.
And it makes sense,
Absolutely.
actually.
I
like,
think that's what they're trying to do.
and you've got to think,
You're
the
not
younger
wrong.
generation,
You're not
that's their prequel. We
Exactly.
had our prequel.
Exactly.
Exactly. I actually really agree
So
with that.
there
one.
is that angle, and is that what people want to do? Is that why they have people that have no idea about what the hell this thing's about and they want to roll with it? Or is your target audience people that grew up with it, like the people that
Yeah.
played the games, that the people that read the comic books? What's your target audience? Because for me, people that I know, my friends, depending if they watch this or not, they know I'm picky as hell. So like, let's say Guardians of the Galaxy, the movies,
Yeah.
Cosmo when he gets introduced. So I watched the cartoons of Guardians of the Galaxy. I never watched never read the comic books because I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
Cosmo in the cartoon, he speaks telepathically. So how he communicates with it, and obviously where he is, he's like some on alien sort of like head thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where they live. Basically, this is like the celestials beings.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a head basically in space somewhere, and that's where he lives.
Okay.
There's obviously loads of people that live there. And Guardians of the Galaxies go over there because that's like the market. Like, when you got
Yeah.
the market
Yeah,
of the town,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Cabot
Yeah.
Circus kind
Cool.
of thing. I'm just trying to give like a
The
description
Cabot
of it.
Circus
yeah.
of space. No, I fucking love it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to give it like a
Roll with-
description of
roll
it.
with
You know
it,
what I mean?
man.
Oh, what's that plan called? Cabot Circus?
But yeah,
We don't go
he
there.
speaks telepathically because he's a dog. He's just an alien dog. In the movie, they have a collar here, and that's how he speaks.
Oh, they do the the up
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
female. When in the cartoon, he's a male.
I know what you're on about.
And
now.
I'm like, yo, just keep it the same.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
don't need to change that. Like, I don't care if you change the goddamn story. If there's another alien, if someone fights someone, I don't care. Just make that character
Yeah.
just
That
have what
character.
that character
That's
has.
unnecessary
That bugs me.
changes.
Do you reckon
I'm
it's
very
do you reckon
picky
it's
like that.
like a shortcut for production?
I don't know. Could be. It could be because they couldn't do
What,
it.
could they not find a dog with a dick?
That's not that going
I get it, though,
could
man.
be.
'cause
And
the-
also, sorry to
No,
interrupt.
no, carry on.
Also, like Miss Marvel. So her power in the in the comic, she's elastic. She's like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
her ability. And in the actual program, they make it like she's like got this bangle of
Yeah.
how her power actually like generates. So
Okay.
like so instead of her actual hand expanding,
Yeah.
it's a force field type of hand. And it's
Yeah.
like she comes from like this alien like sort of background.
That was,
I'm
a,
like,
ter-
huh?
that was a terrible series.
What kind of direction you So my concept is, what's your target audience? If your target audience is to bring the people that grew up on it, you're going to do fantastic. Like the 10 years the Avengers have done.
Yeah.
Obviously, what they've done now is 50-50. People can argue it.
Yeah.
Or is your narrative new people? Is that where you get writers that have no idea what they're talking about?
So do you reckon, based on that, with the whole idea of it being the original side of things that we all like, and then you've got like the extras that aren't really counted in the group that is
The
like
gap
the original?
fillers.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you reckon that's why the idea of it being new audiences? Do you reckon that's why there's so many spin-offs going on?
Oh, good shout.
Yeah,
See
good
that
shout.
money.
It's like an attempt to let's try this, let's try
And then
that.
that's when you then
Yeah.
get the marketing, because then you've got Disney Plus, and that's bringing all
Yeah.
the new episodes. Like I went to the cinema the other day, and they've got like a new Star Wars film going out. I've never heard of it before.
Is it?
But yeah, they've got a new Star Wars series coming
mate,
out
that's-
in Disney.
that's-
But
that
I've
should be
never.
that.
It was
I know
it
one,
was a
yeah.
character's name I've
Yeah.
never heard of.
Oh, I think I know what you're on about.
But now
That's,
that you're saying the idea of new people getting
Yeah.
involved with like what's new now rather than the originals, do you reckon that's why there's so many spin-offs?
It might be because you said Bad Batch is like taking the
Yeah, man.
route of how Palpatine came.
trying to
through.
mend that sort of.
Yeah, it could be that because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
then people like ourselves who
Yeah.
like grew up with him might be like, That's why. Then you watch.
It's almost like they're running out of money, so they're just trying to think, what's an origin we can think of?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they're almost trying to create separate timelines, figuring out which one works. And it's like, that one actually did well. Let's go with that. Yeah. That makes complete sense, man.
Yeah. And I've noticed a lot in like some of these spin-off things. Yes, I'm going back to Star Wars.
This is what we brought up.
I'm looking at you, boy. Like literally, like so. What I've noticed in some of these like spin-off Star Wars things is they bring in some of the stuff from like books. Like, for instance, I think literally to date this episode, I think one of the newest things in like I think the Acolyte is they brought out cortosis, like cortosis armor, which is a thing from the book, which is a metal that short circuits lightsabers.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
So yeah, this dude's fighting, or dude, I haven't actually watched it yet. I haven't gotten around to it. I'm lazy. Is fighting two lightsaber wielders, headbutts the fucking lightsaber and punches it, and they both just go, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, interesting.
But it was a thing in one of the comics eons back in like extended universe. Like Darth Vader's fighting off like 7 lightsaber wielders and one dude with a cortosis blade, and obviously he hits the cortosis. His lightsaber turns off, and he goes, "Give me that," and then starts beating the shit out of all the other lightsaber wielders. And it's like they're starting to bring in shit from like. They're still trying to get to the people like me who know the old shit.
That's cool. That's cool.
And
again, those are other attempts.
It's just like in the
not
like
Mandarin. What's I'm thinking of?
It's literally like old like comics. Mandalorian. Mandalorian uses Beskar because that's the Mandalorian stuff. That's just a lightsaber like resistant.
Yeah.
So obviously, hence like the dark saber and all that shit. Man, the dark saber goes around. Like everyone's got that fucking thing.
It's parcel, isn't it?
Bro, it's hot potato.
But yeah, no, that is cool though, because again, that's another attempt of them trying to, just like you said, approach another market, target audience. Sorry.
It's like they're obviously trying to do like a lot of things. But one of the things I always find is if you're going to take an existing IP and completely ignore what made that existing IP, why are you using the name of that IP?
Yeah.
Make a new story.
Yeah.
Like, sure, people are going to go, it's Halo Point 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's another thing. People arguing, people are just reusing films, they're recycling stuff. How many films nowadays that used to be like, there used to be loads of like, how do I word it? They're recycling old movies or more old programs that we used to watch, now making it a bit more current. It's like, forget about that.
Yeah.
Like, do something new.
Well, use the whole, like, Disney now trying to do the live action of their old animated stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's just becoming a gamble.
Yeah,
it is. It's becoming a gamble. It's becoming a risk, and it's all for marketing. That's all it is.
I feel like they have no idea what they're doing.
There's only one that I can really think of that I truly, genuinely liked, and it's going to come out kind of out of nowhere, but it was when Adult Swim finished Samurai Jack.
Oh, okay.
Like, they took Samurai Jack for one season to finish the story because it ended on, like, a cliffhanger or just it was unfinished. Yeah, the ending is kind of, because I think they had to rush that again.
Okay.
But it ends. Samurai Jack now ends, and when they did this last season, it was for adults. It was for people that grew up on Samurai Jack, come back to finish his story. Like, dude is fucking grizzled.
Okay.
Like, within the first episode, this man has killed people, not robots anymore, and it's crazy.
That's sick.
It's a mature one. This man's dealing with, like, guilt, fucking seppuku. Like, man is grizzled.
That's sick, man.
I
never realised Adult Swim did that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, say that again. Disney done that?
No, Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, the
okay.
Rick and Morty.
I see.
The people that did, like, Rick and Morty and stuff, they took Samurai Jack for one last season. I think they've done it with a couple of others now, like some that haven't finished, and they've done, like, a final season for them. Yeah. But the Samurai Jack one was one that I was like, you know what, I'll risk it. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fucking, that one was neat.
Yeah.
Despite the ending, but we live with that. It ended. We have an ending.
We can summarize on that, and we can end on that. Do you know one film I'm really disappointed about, or I wish I was a sequel, and I wish it did more? The film Chronicles. I really enjoyed that. If you ever watched it,
Chronicles, was that like the superhero, like teenager ones?
Yeah. Three
like
kids.
The 3 kids from high school that stumbled across a stone in the ground, and they all became superheroes, and one of them went rogue because he got bullied.
Oh shit! I think I've heard about that. I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I think I've heard about it. I haven't watched it though.
That's got to be at least like 10 years old now.
Oh, bro, that's aged like fine wine, bro.
You know the ones we're on about?
Yeah, no, I know of it. I haven't watched it.
I was expecting the second one, to be fair. But
it did so well. I'm pretty sure it did well. It
was I didn't hear much hate or like liking to it, but like it was alright. It was good. But thinking about what you're saying now with it being the second one, I don't know how you would expand from it. But unless it was like the only way you would do it is if it was like another 3 new set of teenagers, maybe.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is they all grew up, or 2 of them grew up. Then they have kids, and the kids develop their powers.
That's just long, though.
Really?
That's long.
I think that's all right.
Make it then.
But no, I wish they made another one.
Yeah,
Like that.
it would
It was amazing. But yeah, we'll wrap it on there. Great to have your thoughts and your opinions, Max and Rob.
Always good
It's
to
all
be
good.
back.
Yeah.
Great to have you on board. Yeah, always obviously nice to just just have your thoughts on stuff and obviously expand on things. But it'd be great to obviously have your, again, as I said, on the
Yeah,
We should
sure.
do one for the other way around. Movies into video games. And shit like that.
That would be
Because I
great.
can tell you right now, there's only 4 good ones I can think of, and they're all on the PS2.
But now that's this episode wrapped up, all done. People let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let us know your opinions. We haven't got any of this on audio. However, we have spoken, and there might be some audio coming to SoundCloud soon. So there's nothing like confirmed. There's no due date. But soon, it's in the progress, yeah. But now, appreciate it, people. Do comment below, do subscribe, hit that notification button. We're trying to reach, God knows what we're trying to reach, Jordan, now, because I thought we'll be higher.
Yeah.
More than 3 subscribers.
How rude.
I'll say, what's the month now? So we're recording this.
I think you said was it 100 by September?
I think I said 500.
500
Now
by
we'll go
September.
for 100, yeah?
Yeah.
You said 1,000 by the end of the year. But I'm pushing it.
Facts in it. Now 100 by September, we'll go for that. I did say some point in September, so it'd be great if we can hit 100. So if you do see it, tell your friends, tell your families, tell your dogs, tell your grandparents, your cats, anyone, people. Subscribe, hit that notification button, and as I said, do comment your thoughts, your opinions. Let us know whether you agree or disagree. So let us know your concept of what we're talking about and the topics that we talked about. End of the day, as Jordan said, this is our opinions, our thoughts. So do not hate on us and do not beat on us. Jordan, any last final words?
No, you've nailed on the dot yet again.
All right, cool.
If you want to bully anyone, bully me. I can take it.
I was going to say,
Like-
do that, guy. No,
Because
no,
leave
no,
a like
no,
or your
no.
mum's a hoe.
Shit with Rob. Go for it. Say again.
Leave a like or your mum's a hoe. End the video there.
Jordan beat that in post.
We're out.
No, they made it this far in. They can take it.
All right, we're out. Peace.
Oh, my God.